Cheers! I'm Frankie. Welcome to Crime Time. I have decided to do a quick video on the newly discovered First Nations school, where they're saying that there's a potential of another 169 graves. Now, these are the residential schools that at one point the churches decided to set up to try and, I guess depends, Canadianize, Americanize, basically strip them of their traditions and beliefs and get them to see the things the way the white man did, I suppose. So this is extremely sad. Their location was about 370 kilometers northwest of Edmonton, and that's a pretty dense, very secluded highway and area. I mean, it's all bush. Okay, so they really need to start collecting paperwork, any kind of paperwork they can find, because there is a lot of children that just are not accounted for. 54 potential graves were located by a church formerly ran by nuns. This is coming from Richmond News. And as superintendent, who is also Métis, said, each of these children was a beloved part of a family, and no one has been accountable for these deaths. The Roman Catholic Church opened this in 1894 and ran it until 1961. Basically, what the survivors would say is that when a child went missing, they were just never brought up again, and there was never any kind of explanation. It's just unreal. An estimated 150,000 First Nation, Inuit and Métis children attended these residential schools, and they've only got about 4,100 deaths documented, which is absolutely anywhere near what the actual numbers will be. I'm sure that'll be buried along with everything else. Now, a lot of people, I don't know why they called them residential schools, because basically what they were prisons for children. The kids were literally yanked out of their homes and brought to these schools, and most of them not to be heard from again. So there is a number to, it's called the Indian Residential School Resolution Help Support Program, and this is their hotline number, 1-866-925-4419. This is all pretty much recent news, because I think this article was actually just put out today. Now, there was also that other school that brought attention last year, and this one was just outside of Kamloops. And this is from the National Post. They're basically saying that it was 1 in 20 that would disappear. And a recent radar survey found evidence that there's probably 215 marked graves, unmarked graves. You know, you want to be proud, but this is making it pretty hard. So the residential school in Kamloops did open in 1893. They have confirmed approximately 215 graves, with 51 deaths confirmed. You know, a radar survey did show more of a mass area, so hopefully we're able to get information on that and maybe give some families some peace. I'm absolutely disgusted in everything that even touches this topic. Yes, Chief Harvey McLeod, Upper Nicola Band, attended Kamloops Indian Residential School. And he says when his schoolmates disappeared, they were just never spoken of again. They were there one day and gone the next. The commission, okay, what is it called? Truth and Reconciliation Commission determined that at least 3,200 excuse me, died while at a residential school. 1 in every 50 students enrolled during the program, which was nearly 120 years in existence. The death rate is literally compared to Nazi Germany during the Second World War. The Battleford Industrial School in Saskatchewan says that they have 72 graves that have lain unforgotten. Heavy rains outside of High River exposed coffins of 34 children. And these children were for the Dunbow Residential School. Archaeologists are working with ground-penetrating radar, trying to find as many of these children as they possibly can. When I started looking into the Highway of Tears, Highway 16 murders in northern Alberta, there is a very big connection between all of it. So it's really hard to dig deep in one without kind of claws and branches grabbing on to another part of this. I have full intentions of taking a way deeper dive. It's a matter of time and how much I can really put in to do these kids justice. It says there's more than 2,800 names on the National Center of Truth and Reconciliation. But Murray Sinclair, Justice Murray Sinclair, said the truer number is probably as high as 6,000. So that gives you a little bit of an idea of where these numbers are out and way out. Most of the children, sadly, that did pass, their names were not recorded. There was absolutely nothing, or if anything, possibly a first name that would be Americanized as well. So let's hope in the next little while that people start doing a little more digging in both the US and Canada. Something has to be done about this. Our natives are never treated the way they deserve, never have been, and this is my opinion. So to see that there is all of this that has gone on in our history and nobody has even given it much of a thought is again mortifying. Depending on where you read, the statistics change. Some schools say 1 in 20, some say 40%. Let's just see if we can't find a way to get some actual numbers, possibly some family connections, and maybe right some of these wrongs. You know, it doesn't matter how long ago it was. For some people, I'm sure it's as vivid as yesterday. So these people and their families, these children of all ages and families of all ages, they deserve our time and our energy. I don't care the color of your skin. I don't care your beliefs. There's got to be good in this world. So how about we maybe try and right some of these wrongs, and maybe we'll be able to make a little bit of headway. But without any kind of recognition, they don't get any kind of justice. So that is what I've been thinking about today. My dog is caught on to another one walking by, so this is probably a very good time to say thank you for being here with me. Let's see if we can't push this a little bit and get some attention brought to this subject, some well-deserved attention. So for now, I'm gonna say see you in the next one. Cheers all.